What up? What up? What up? What up, world, man? What's going on with y'all, man? Hey, we coming at y'all live on this Sunday. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy. I am DJ Double Dose, man. We just want to talk with y'all for a quick second. Not long. We're gonna hold y'all too long. Just, you know what I'm saying, just to get the conversation flowing as we are into now the off season. So right now, you know what I'm saying, before we get started, I want to make sure we introduce everybody that's here tonight. We got Dave. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Dave? You can't hear me?
Oh, he'll be back.
Oh.
Oh, let's see. God,
And, we
get
got,
on this.
and then we also got Chance to Tuck down at the bottom, man.
Look, on this great Sunday afternoon, this Sunday night, God always tells us who's in charge. No matter how he sees fit, he's going to show us who's in charge. He always going to silence the people who need to be
The
silenced.
sign of people that need to be sat. Not Tuck. You can't be messy on no Sunday night. We
I'm
cannot.
not
We
being
cannot.
messy. I'm just
We
preaching
can be.
God. I'm just preaching God's word, man. I'm just preaching God's word. That's all I'm
Oh
doing.
man,
But nah, man. It's good to kick it back with y'all. It's been a couple seconds.
he should be
We
back. There you go, Dave. What up? Can you hear us now, Dave?
Hey man, I'm in here now, man. I'm
Oh,
in
there
here.
you go. There you go.
Yeah,
There
I'm
you
in here.
go. What's going on, sir?
Hey man, doing outstanding, man, as usual. Just kind of, it feels good to be here, man. I got Tuck was actually on time. Well, no, he wasn't. He was not as late as
Yeah, I
usual.
was.
So I mean, we're doing well tonight.
We doing well. We doing well. You know what I'm saying? We doing well,
I'm
man.
not gonna do this for Black History Month, okay? Black History Month is just started. We're not gonna do this.
Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave.
Okay.
Tuck, give us a Black History fact about Coosa.
Black History fact: there's a town in Coosa County named Goodwater, occupied by 575 people. The reason why they named it Goodwater is it was a Native American walking down the street. He saw this brother, man, and he said,
Mm.
"Man, there's some good water." And they named the city Goodwater.
Good water. Okay, that there you go. There go a little
That
bit
is
of
your Black
knowledge.
History moment for 2023.
Now, Dave, we're gonna have to confirm this story with Justin. So we're gonna have to reach out to Justin and confirm if that story is true or not true. Okay.
Hey man, you know what, man? At this, if Tuck told it, man, I'm gonna take it at face value. Um, I'll talk to Justin to confirm this because I'm pretty sure
Look,
he's the more
at this
trustworthy
juncture
party.
right now that we're in, it don't matter. Parker ain't got no history.
What?
Parker
What?
has no history.
What?
The only thing Parker is good for is representing purple and white. That's the only thing that is good for.
Tuck, you know what? I'm gonna
You know,
need you to
already ready.
dig
All our Birmingham
into.
people, please. Birmingham
I
people,
need you to
please.
do some black. This is gonna be every morning. What I'm
I
gonna
look,
do from
I
now.
look, I joke. Okay,
Yeah,
who
I'm
I
gonna send
joke.
you a Black
Okay?
History
I
fact
was
from
about to say,
Parker
Tuck,
High
Oh
hey, look,
School
man,
God,
I
no,
don't
every
want
sir.
you
morning.
texting me early in the
Look,
morning.
Every
look, I
morning
don't
you
want to
will
hear
get
that.
a Black History fact from
I'm
now.
finna to block you. Okay. First off, my father-in-law went to Parker, so that's why I was like, I'm just joking.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
he don't really like you like that for real. I mean, he
He loves
accepted
me.
you, but he don't really like you like that.
He loves
Oh,
me, sir. So don't
oh
do
man.
Listen,
But but as we start to get into 2023 and start speaking on everything, the news and notes from 2023 as we go forward, as we kick off that year, let's go ahead before we get into that. Let's speak on a little bit of signing day, or lack thereof,
It's
because we
second
had
time, man.
yeah, you had some classes who was done by 7:05, i.e. Ohio State. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
All their faxes was in, everything was done by 7:05. So there was no hype, no buzz, no nothing. People submitted a request and then that was it. So I just posed a question to you guys. Let me ask you this. I start with you first, Tug. How do you feel about where we are with the second signing day? When it used to be such a big deal, you know,
Mhm.
prior to the early signing day, how do you feel about it now?
I feel as though I think it's still necessary, but
Mhm.
it's not going to be as glorified as the first Saturday, or quote unquote the early Saturday period. Because like you said, pretty much almost everybody that had recruits, everybody was pretty much done. Uh, Everybody pretty much was done before February Saturday. And
Right.
it still gives that period of time for people to still recruit for, and gives kids also time to make sure they got a chance to look at their school in totality, not
Mhm.
just a brash decision. Do I sign this NIL to go to this school or not? You know what I'm saying? Or
NLI.
the NLI. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
like,
these letters are so right there beside each other. But yeah, so I think it's still necessary,
right.
but it's not as hyped up as it used to be.
As it used to be, right.
People were going into February like, man, what hat these kids gonna be wearing? And
Right. It was a major deal. Like, you had people taking off work, you had people logged in, tuned in all day, had 3-4 phones or computers up because they wanted to see what their school was gonna do on that actual day. And kind of like you said, now it's a little bit different now. What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, I'll just because you interrupted my thought. Just put yours in there.
Your thoughts tends to linger.
Oh, you linger.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that being for
I was just gonna end with
Go ahead and end it.
I was just gonna end with the problem. What I see that might be a hindrance is with the National Signing Day is with coaches. Because coaches are now starting to decide, hey, do I need to leave now or do I need to leave after National Signing Day? Because in the case when we'll start talking about a little bit later, Bama, these kids had no idea. I'm pretty sure somebody probably told them they had some TV, but these kids might have changed their mind if they knew they were thinking a new coaching staff.
And if they knew who, yeah.
So,
hey, Tuck, see, you have to watch what you say. You see that in the comments, you have a Thunder and Herd alum there. So you have to really be careful when you talk around these parts because we're allowing you to be in our city. I just want to make that clear.
I don't live there.
So I'll keep your pass open.
I don't live in Birmingham. Hey, I'm good in every hood.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I'm good in every hood.
We're gonna see. Next time you come to next time you that's Tittyville. Listen, next time you come to the Magic City Classic, I need you to find me. I'm gonna introduce you to.
How about you find me? Because I go to every class. How about you find me?
Well, anyway, that was not the topic that we was talking about.
Go back.
Where is Renard when we need him?
Renard when you need him? Renard, Renard, your job.
Renard can fire everybody. That's what's gonna happen.
So first of all, let me say, hey, Renard couldn't be with us tonight, guys, and but that's cool. We're gonna keep it rolling. We got to keep this content going. And I'm sure he is either listening or in the comments. He'll probably show up in the
comments sooner or later. He's gonna come in the comments soon.
But talking about the second signing day, okay. The second signing day to me is very important because I'm a fan of that kid that's not, because my son was that kid, so this is near and dear to my own heart. So I'm a fan of that kid that is a college athlete, but may not be that 5-star, that 4-star, maybe even that 3-star kid. Well, they should be or not, that's neither here nor there. I'm not the one to make that decision. But it is very important because you have kids nowadays, and when I talked about this, I said this 3 years ago. Now that you have transfer portal, I looked at Southern's Southern University's signing day. They signed over 20-something guys with transfers. So if you're a high school guy, now you're getting squeezed. So now the lower or small, I should say smaller schools are now able to pick up on a lot of great talent.
I'm about to say a lot of good talent.
So to the parents out here that may be listening, or friends of parents that may be listening, the best thing for your child to do in this climate, and this is not going anywhere. Number one, the smaller the school, the more important the grades are, because these schools are private. So what they're going to do, here's the illusion. A lot of people think that, okay, he's going to XYZ school and playing ball, he got a full ride. They don't work that way. These schools take those scholarships and they split them. They're going to first explore academic. Secondly, they're going to explore Pell Grant. Third, they're going to explore what they're going to give you as an athlete. Contrary to popular belief, the athletic scholarship is going to be smaller of the three. Okay, so a lot of people don't notice. You don't notice until guess what? You're staring down the barrel, right? You're staring down the barrel of the tuition bill. So it's very important because you're going to have kids that may feel like it was overlooked, but this is just the climate that we're in. You can't now. You have to take your opportunity head on, and whatever opportunity you have to play college athletics, take it. Makes the best out of it because guess what? This is a transfer portal world. You go to where you're going, you get you some film, you ball out, and then you go wherever that maybe you want to go. So that's my thoughts on it.
And I like that, Day. I mean, because like you said, I mean, that's very true. You've even had, coaches, they're starting to rumble about, do they want to move the early signing day? It's a lot going on. Like you got a lot of coaches who now are not as happy with the early signing day as they once was. So now you got coaches that they are in meetings talking about, should we move it back because of, like you said, you got the portal window when it opens up. So you have a lot going on in that window, but if you are, like you're saying, if you are that kid that is a 3-star or a 2-star, you have other opportunities that are available to you that may not be at those bigger schools. But when you sign on this day, there still may be some holes or needs that maybe feel that you can slide into those spots, by waiting. So like you said, it's definitely a balance, but what you spoke on was definitely needed because a lot of people don't know what you just said. A lot of people do not know that at all.
You don't know it. It's the first thing that coach is going to tell you to do is to go fill out your FAFSA. Okay. The FAFSA is the whole portal for financial aid. That's going to tell the parents out here that, okay, based off your income level, can he get Pell Grant? If he can get Pell Grant, the school is saying hallelujah. There's less money that they have to give your child because, hey, the government is going to fund it. So if he has good grades, they can tack on academic. If he play ball, they'll probably give him $5,000-$10,000 a year at your smaller schools. That's just the reality of it. A lot of folks don't know that. They won't know it until they get there.
That is true. And I mean, and on this show, we try to be fair. We try to be fair. I know we have a lot of people that listen to the show when they seem to think that sometimes we don't quote unquote give Bama credit when they should. And they did sign they probably signed arguably one of the greatest signing classes there was, once it was all said, when, like you said, they ended up with, I think it was 7, if I'm not mistaken, 6 or 7 5-stars in the class. And, they ended up with a very great class. So, a lot of people took, or they ran with what Pollock said and said, hey, Saban took that to heart. Well, if you look at early signing day and you look at what transpired, hey, Bama is loading up for maybe one last run for Saban. So hats off to all you Bama fans. You got a lot.
First of all, how did we get on Bama?
Hey, how
did we get on Bama? So first of all, I'm going
to finish number 1. I mean, they did.
It's your fault.
How you gonna blame this on me? I didn't even say nothing.
I'm trying to close it up as far. I'm trying to wrap a bow around recruiting
okay, wrap it up.
I'm trying to wrap up recruiting and give credit to the team that finished with the number 1 class. They did. They finished with the number 1
all time they're number 2, but yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I look back, as I sit in this whole seat, I'm trying to be fair. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be fair.
Are you? First of all,
we get Bama fans all the time that say we be saying stuff bad about them, so we got to give them a little credit.
We do say bad stuff because the bad stuff need to be talked about.
So we got to give credit when credit is due, man.
Okay. I'll back off. Go ahead.
Ooh, where's Bernard when you need him? I tell you, this seat is
lying, boy.
Oh, this seat is hot. I tell you that, man. But since we're on the subject of might as well just slide on into it and get it out the way.
Might well just slide on into it.
Get out the way. Since we're on the subject of Alabama, a lot has been said about, a lot has been said about their coordinator hires. Who they were going to get. It was a lot of rumblings. We had a lot of names that was thrown out there that were just completely unrealistic. And they kind of have been brought down to reality. Hey, you can get mad at me all you want. It's all good. I don't care. But they kind of got brought down to reality because a lot of people that they wanted initially, they weren't able to get. So the fan base has their opinions about Tommy Rees. And as we recently heard, Kevin Steele, is that correct, Tuck?
Yes.
As a defensive coordinator. So, Tuck, I'm going to pitch it to you once again. I know you know a little bit about Tommy Rees. You know what I'm saying? You know, from his days of, what up, Chef? From his days up at Notre Dame. I'm going to go ahead and pitch it to you and ask you your first thoughts, your first impressions of it.
I put it like this. It's going to be very interesting to see. I think we're at the bookends of what is possibly of Saban's career now. You know how Saban started off with a good, strong running game and, you know, controlled the clock and let his defense anticipate everything. This is what I think is about to happen with the Tommy Rees hire. He does know how to call. He knows he's very strong in the running game, passing game, deep threats. Yeah, I'm about to forget that. That's not happening with Tommy Rees, brother.
So they ain't gonna have no explosion.
I mean, running game. Your offensive line will be good. Right. Great offensive line play. Your running backs will be great. If you get a good quarterback that can, I'm not saying gain like McElroy or nothing, but I don't see you pulling McCarron type quarterbacks. You might, you know what I'm saying, because you still kind of deep in the quarterback room at Bama. So he got a lot of. You got Ty Simpson and you got Milroy, and you got a couple other 5-star quarterbacks you can choose from. Now, in my opinion, Tommy Rees was a third or fourth option, maybe. If I'm outside looking in, I mean, when they lost out on what Washington's OC, I think he kind of had to look. I got to find somebody, you know, somebody with a proven track record as an offensive coordinator. He going a young route. I think he tried to stay in the young route because he tried to get Garrett Riley. Garrett was not going to Bama. I knew that was probably Saban's first person he tried to reach out to. Then he tried to reach out to Schumann and Washington, and now he reached out to Rees. Rees, I don't think Rees has ever cracked the top 40 in offense. I mean, he's very predictable. Moorhead too. They reached out for Moorhead too. I forgot about him, but Jim Moorhead not coming back to the SEC. He was a head coach at Mississippi State. He's not coming back. So it's gonna be interesting. I mean, you still don't solve that problem of you still the talent part. You got the running backs, you got a defense offensive line, got a good quarterback, but those receivers, I think they kind of touched a little bit on it during their recruiting class. I don't know. I mean,
I have a question.
I think
go ahead.
I'm gonna take the BN approach to this. Tuck, I got a question for you.
Answer.
So you telling me that they have hired an ultra conservative offense coordinator?
Yeah.
With
so many words.
Without a standout QB, without a standout running back, without a standout wide receiver core, without anything on the offense really being standout and proven.
That's the key word.
Proven. They're all talented. Don't get me wrong. I mean, they are the best. I mean, I'll never knock them there.
On paper, they're very talented.
Okay.
But you lost a lot of game experience.
Right.
Bryce. You lost a lot of game experience from the transfer that came in running back?
Gibbs, Jameer.
You lost a lot with Gibbs. You still have McClendon. You still have the kid from up the road, from Pleasant Grove. You still got him.
You got Rodell.
So you backs I'm okay with. Wide receivers on offense it's gonna be detrimental, you know, for them to learn it quickly. I didn't think Saban would, and this is my personal opinion, I didn't think Saban would go and get an offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator in the same time. That's a lot of turnover. I mean, that's a lot of turnover in one offseason. And you got to implement a brand new quote unquote, you got to implement a brand new offense, implement a brand new defense. Everything is brand new. It's gonna be tough. I mean, if anybody like Nick Saban's won what 5-6 national championship, who am I to just be like okay, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just outside looking in. That's a lot.
It's going to be,
and we
it's
still don't
tough.
know what the quarterback battle is, how that's gonna turn. Because nobody was truly impressed with Milroe when he when he came in.
Tommy Reese and Milroe is not going to do it. It's not going to mesh at all. I can just tell you now. Ty Simpson, yeah, because Reese recruited Ty Simpson. That's where I think is. I mean, that'll be okay, but I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough sledding, and people are gonna be if you were upset with Bill O'Brien. I'll put it like this: if you was upset with Bill O'Brien and his offense, and y'all say that Bill O'Brien was predictable, you'll see. Like I said,
I mean, what?
So between them.
Okay. So let's kind of dig in and not to hit on it, not to hammer on it too long, but
okay.
Let's just say, and I think that's something that's kind of been in Alabama a few times with the turnover. For whatever the reason, whether they hot coaching name, whether they don't work for Saban, whatever the narrative is at the time. Mm-hmm. So how does that mesh when you're talking about going against teams that has that stability in their coaching staffs and they're already being successful or up and coming? You know what I mean? So does the talent that Alabama may have trump that, or can that close the gap, or will a Georgia, on the other hand, end up
widen the gap because they
widen the gap? I mean, if they get a quarterback at Georgia, that's
everything else is there. Everything else is there. Everything else is there.
And you know how I feel about it. It ain't hard to get better.
It's not. It's not. And
because you know how I feel about what was there.
Georgia and this quarterback battle is about to happen down in Athens. Is going to be very interesting because either quarterback got 3 years left to play. Somebody's gone.
Somebody gone. Whoever loses, probably
gone. Griff and I forgot the other kid name. Between those two kids, somebody gone. And these kids are 5-star quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Georgia is a 5-star quarterback and a 5-star receiver for me. Very, 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 very dangerous.
Well, remember they got the guy from Missouri that led the SEC in catch. So they've already addressed.
Yeah, they addressed what they had to do. But we're talking about Bama. But if you're glaring holes, and like you said, I'm trying to remember when the last time that Saban replaced a D coordinator and an offensive coordinator. I can't think of another time he's done that.
I'm gonna dig one better. When the last time he replaced a D coordinator, offensive coordinator, and broke in a new quarterback, all in the same damn year.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to have some growing pains. You're going to, and then defensively, you're pretty straight defensively. Look, with Kevin Steele coming in, Kevin Steele is Auburn fans know what Kevin Steele is going to bring to you. He's going to be bend or break defense. You know what I'm saying? But between whenever the other team gets the ball and that goal line, hey, the goal is not to let the opponent score. He's going to try his best to do that, but it's a lot of bend and don't break. I don't think the Bama fans are going to be ready for that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be aggressive. Linebackers will flow to the ball. It ain't going to be about see ball, hit ball no more. They will be disciplined. They will be flowing. I don't see a problem with linebackers. Secondary, they're going to be on the island. It's man-to-man coverage. He does not play zone. He does not blitz. He's a straight up and down like 6 o'clock type of defensive coordinator. What you see is what you get. But the good thing about Bama is they got Dallas back to put some pressure on the quarterback. That's one of the things he got. He got pass rushers because when he was at Auburn, he had pass rushers. He had Marlon Davidson. He had Derrick Brown. He had guys that could put their hand in the ground and go get the quarterback. And Bama, you can see the thing is you're gonna have to build that up. Because Auburn at one point I can go 8 deep on the defensive line. Bama, you can't say that right now. You might go 4 deep, 5 deep at the most. But Kevin Steele is gonna be the Kevin Steele hire is not gonna be You know, it wasn't a big splash, quote unquote splash hire, but
it's a solid hire. It's a name, it's a solid hire, and there shouldn't be much flack behind it, even though, like you said, it's not a flashy name.
And then due to the fact, Nick Saban's not a spring chicken, you know what I'm saying? So Kevin Steele's not a spring chicken either. So if Nick Saban wants, let's say Nick Saban wants to stay 4 more years. Let's say if he does stay 4 more years, he can then move Jeremy Pruitt into that role of defensive coordinator after 2 years, and then you bring Jeremy back in because whatever Bama compliance found, they couldn't give a chance to hire.
Way too much Alabama.
It was way too much. Trust me. If Bama compliance couldn't hire him, this gonna get bad.
No. What I'm saying is this is way too much Alabama talk going on tonight.
I know, but
this is way too much Alabama talk going on.
But we do have Bama fans that watch the show. And like I said, we
got Ohio State fan, we got Jackson State fan, we got Mississippi Valley State fan.
We're done.
We had a few people, you know what I'm saying? So we had to speak on just
okay.
Yeah, we had to speak on.
We're done.
Thank God.
We out of there.
Thank God.
We out of there.
I mean, why am I talking about like a third place team? Why are they getting all
so as we transition away from the SEC, let's transition away from the SEC. Dave, I have a question for you.
Come on with it.
Your Alabama A&M Bulldogs. Have you viewed your schedule, and what are your thoughts initially? You ain't got to give me wins and losses. Just your thoughts.
I will not give you wins and losses, and yes, I have reviewed it in depth. And the
because
one thing
September
that
the 2nd, you got a date with Vanderbilt University.
Well, I mean, you already
fighting Commodores
in that anchor down in Cashville.
That is what it is. I mean, it's a short ride. Hour and a half. Ride the street. Yeah, I get that. I mean, you can go up there the day of the game, turn around. That's a turnaround trip. So, I will say this though. This schedule is way different from that one last year. The one last year was brutal, bro. We were like 0-3, 0 whatever, 0-3, 0-4, whatever it was, coming back home trying to get a victory, and we still didn't get it because we got. I think we had to play Austin P or somebody. It was crazy. But anyway, if I'm looking at this schedule, Vandy. Okay, we go in and play them tough. It is what it is. Then we have Lane, followed by Southern, followed by Arkansas Pine Bluff, followed by Tuskegee. Tuskegee is homecoming. This is a big game.
Ooh,
just for the culture in general, man. I mean, I don't know. I probably should have went ahead and booked my room when I started to, but I'm gonna go ahead and call my brother so I can just make provisions at his house to stay with him. But
Chuck.
You got Jackson State at home. No, I'm sorry. Jackson State is in Mobile. We're back in Mobile again. It's October 7th. I may try to make that one because the weather should be pretty good.
Warm.
Should be good. It should be, October 7th should be great weather. We got Grambling State and away. Nobody ever travels there. Except Ben does. We got
hey man, Grambling is a nice venue. It's not venue for football. Down in the boat.
Never going there. We got an open date, and then we have the Magic City Classic, man. October 28th at the Legion Field Stadium here in Birmingham. I'll say my thoughts on that. Then we have Florida A&M at home, Bethune-Cookman away, Mississippi Valley at home. And I cannot take Mississippi Valley lightly because they jumped on us last year on a Thursday night.
Chuck has already gave his prediction of L
and
lowercase L.
I mean, that's Chuck. What do you
Reggie, and shout out to Reggie in the chat, Dave. He want to make sure you see this. He said,
Lionel Richie gonna go for 500. Lionel Richie.
There you go, Dave.
Hey, man. And tell Lionel, I'm not gonna talk about Lionel. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna be disrespectful tonight.
The pride of Tuskegee. Old light skin go throw 500.
I will. One thing I will say though about that game. No, the Commodores made a song.
Not the Commodores.
And it says I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning.
Dude.
And that's what it's gonna be when we see Tuskegee. Oh, we're gonna be easy. It's gonna be easy like Sunday morning, baby.
Hey,
Easy.
Dave out here with bars.
What I should do, you know how to throw Tuskegee off?
Yeah.
You know how to throw, you do know how to throw Tuskegee off, right?
No,
all you gotta do is play a night game. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah, apparently all you gotta do is play a night game in Jackson, as we found out when we was down there. Anyway, but we're gonna leave that alone. sorry, Jackson, man. We sorry. We had a great time.
Had a great time.
All night long. Hey, thank you, Sean. Lionel Richie got another great one. All night long. All night long.
All night long.
All night. Boy, we gonna goddamn give him hell all night. But I digress.
Oh man. But I'm actually this though, Dave. I mean, you know, seeing them playing that game in Vanderbilt to start the season, you know, as we have always coined the phrase, you know, Vanderbilt has been one of those teams in the SEC that you know, they pretty much finish last damn near every year. You know what I'm saying? So I won't, we sit here in February, I won't go into it and say that we saw earlier in the comment that Vanderbilt was going to boat race them. I can't say that. I can't
tell you, Elko got the look, my boy Elko, shout out, former Notre Dame defensive coordinator. He got them boys. Hey, them boys playing now. In the season, they had a little stretch there.
I mean, they did. I can't go. They're gonna boat race them. Look, I can't go.
I'm not gonna say it like it ain't gonna. No, I don't think Vandy gonna boat race nobody, but they go play pretty good, decent football.
I mean, at the end of the day, man, we'll be 4-1 going into Mobile to face Jackson State, which is going to be a big interdivision game that has a lot of weight on it, especially now that you have Jackson State with a lot of transition in the coaching staff, in the personnel. So now seeing that too would be a winnable game. It was winnable game. It was winnable when Prime was there. But go ahead.
I'm asking one more question so I don't want to move off it. I want to ask you one more question because I saw a lot, and y'all you have to enlighten me on this one. I saw a lot of excitement about the Tuskegee game being for homecoming. When's the last time, if you know, when's the last time that y'all played Tuskegee? Has it been that long?
You know, I don't know if it's been that long since we played them. I think it's more so maybe it's the last time they came up there. Okay, maybe I think that's more the thing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to find it real quick.
Because I thought when it was announced, it was just like, you know, on Facebook, everybody stood up and was like, "Yo, A&M Tuskegee homecoming." I'm like, okay.
I think it was in Birmingham the last time they played.
Yeah, see, Tuskegee. Even when I was in college, I don't remember. I remember us going to Tuskegee in 1996.
Okay.
I remember us going to Tuskegee in 1998. I don't really recall. Maybe they came to us in
2021. Thank you, Sean. That's the
last time they played. But where did they play? Though?
Where did they play?
It was at Mobile.
Right. So, like, and the last time
it was Tuskegee. The game was in Tuskegee. It was in 2014, and they played and then they played at home in 2013.
Right. See, like we played them in like it's 2014.
Away. Wow.
Hey, man.
If you can find a picture with Dave with some kind of
first of all,
much obliged.
Is it a way for me to block Reggie? But honestly, that's why it's so big. You talking Tuskegee had been to the Hill in man, what is that? 10 years now?
About to over a decade or decade.
Yeah, it's been 10 years. So I mean, and then here's the thing about Tuskegee and A&M, Alabama A&M. It's such a, I don't want to call it a rivalry. It's just a big family gathering.
Right.
You know, it's weird to explain it. We feel like, okay, you know, Tuskegee on the field is going to always be tough. Mm-hmm. The band is going to not even be close. That's not going to be close. Tuskegee ain't got like 25 band members, so that's not going to be close. But it's Tuskegee and their energy. Mm-hmm. It's and then us you have a lot of families that have Tuskegee grads and Alabama A&M grads. Mm-hmm. You know, in there. So it's just a big family affair, man, that Who cares? Who really cares about the scoreboard? It's just about getting together, man, having a great time.
This definitely sounds like one of those games that we need to be in attendance, and I mean in full capacity.
Well, here's the problem. Depends on how you want to be in attendance.
I'm talking about attendance like on field attendance. I'm talking about in the field like official attendance. You know.
Well, we can do depending on what time that game is. I would agree with you,
right?
But the festivities is gonna be hard to.
Man, you imagine that's a night game.
Oh my God! And the work. Matter of fact, I hope it's not because I really hope it's like a 1 o'clock game. And here's why.
Okay.
Because if it's a 1 o'clock game, that means that game is gonna be over by 4. So you got your tailgate running from 9 in the morning to midnight. Plus you got your parties. You know what I'm saying after the game. And then you get finished at 4 o'clock. Everybody can go home and shower. And we go to the hotel, shower, whatever we're gonna do. Then they get back out. First, the only problem being a night game. If you try and do something after the game, you kind of worn down.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You kind of like getting ready to turn it in. So I'm hoping with it being homecoming stars are probably around between.
What's the day of the game? It's September the what?
September 30th. Yeah.
Oh damn, I'm out.
So
what you got going on the 30th?
I got a wedding.
Oh, you already know. Oh, you already know.
I already know. That's it.
Man, listen, I put it this way: we can go as a show. We probably find some interns to get some footage because I'm not getting no footage. Y'all, the footage that I'm gonna get, you probably don't want.
You ain't gonna be able to use.
No, you're not gonna be able to use any of that. So that's where I'm at with it.
Man. Oh man.
And I think I really hey, Tuck, Bandit Chris said there's no weddings during football
season. But when they pay you though, Chris, when they pay you, my boy, you gotta show up.
Yeah, because one thing about it, sitting down watching Notre Dame or Auburn ain't paying you a dime.
A dime. So like, that like y'all know, and we all know, like, hey man, if that check coming, hey man, we gonna be out.
When they put that deposit down, brother.
That's what's up, man. But look, y'all, man, we ain't gonna hold y'all too long. It's a Sunday evening. We just want to come at y'all real quick, hit y'all with a couple of quick pointers, hit y'all with a couple of quick thoughts, before we get out of here. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come back at y'all again this week. Renard will be back. We'll have a little more, structure. Renard will be able to hold them two fellas down, you know what I'm saying? But we want to thank y'all for checking in with us on this Sunday.
Whoa. You're not gonna just throw that out there and don't think nobody gonna catch it. Did you hear what he just said? You hear that blasphemy?
I did. Like, hold us? We okay. Me and David's all right. However,
first of all, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna use executive power. I'm gonna end the show. We'd like to thank all of you guys for tuning in. And then we need you all to go to dsf.com. All right. We have merchandise. We have t-shirts, we have hoodies, we have shot glasses. Whatever you like, we got it. If we don't see it there, put it in the comments, we'll go get it. Like, follow, subscribe to us on all of our social media platforms. Hey man, we're here for y'all. Y'all know who we are. This is nothing new. This is what we do. We hate with Mr. Renard tonight. But hey, he'll be back next week. We get things back in order. And let me correct Ben. He will be here to make sure Ben is in line.
Hey man, I was in line. I had one drink tonight. I ain't even go for a refill, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
And I can't end the show, guys, because they don't give me the button. I don't have the button this week. But if I had the button right now, I would hit the button right now and say we gone. But I'll turn it back over to Ben.
Thank y'all for checking with us, man. We appreciate y'all, man. Like Dave said, man, go to the website, like, subscribe, and follow us, man. And you know what? And we out. We're gonna see y'all later on this week, man. One.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh.